All right, we got Jeff Samuels, we got Ian Satterfield, we have Rob deAurora, and his partner's name escapes me. I'll give you the particulars on him later. This is qualifier for the qualifier. And we're rolling. Oh, whole lot of wind today. Wow, that ball's off of deAurora's hands, and there's a side out. I'll give you the score in a moment. Thanks for joining me.
They went to car 14. Go, guys. Whoa. Buddy! Go! Hey. No, I just... I got it. Mine. Yes, Ian!
It's actually 5-6. Hey, thanks for joining me. Got a little umbrella here, see if I can nullify the wind. Once again, Jason DeBay is courtside. This is a pre-qualifier. Team USA versus Team USA. We got Irvins and deAurora on the near side of the court. Jeff Samuels playing back row defense, and Ian Satterfield. That's out of bounds.
Thank you.
Ian Satterfield at the block. That ball looked like it was wide. Top ref overrules, the bottom ref calls in. Jeff Samuels does a quick fix on the line, and both teams highly competitive. Samuels and Ian Satterfield heavily favored to win this, but honestly, you never can tell. I mean, like I said, everybody's good. Everyone can beat everybody. You join me under the umbrella?
Are you live streaming at all?
Just this one and the next one. Yeah. I want to do Clemens and Vaught.
Hey, Jeff! It's quick like that, yeah, but it's not.
Scoring first off the switch is Team Samuels and Satterfield. Satterfield with a standing float. A little bit of wind picking up dramatically. That's what that setter was hoping on that one. And there's the over on 2. Cut over, if you will, and scoring the first 2 points off the switch. A little bit of wind from left to right on your TV screen. Hey, Sean, join me for a sec. Behind the camera with New Orleans' own, the Raging Cajun, Sean Ladig, joining us in California. Thanks for joining me, buddy. How's I saw some videos in Arizona. I saw some live streams, man. You look completely healthy now.
Yeah, I am.
All those little nagging injuries.
18 months of, yeah. Nagging injuries. One big one and the rest of that. But,
Okay.
yeah, he's doing good, so.
Yeah, I saw your elevation's good. And anyone that was trying to line over you was really, I mean, they paid the price. They had to be honest, or they paid the price.
Even Torn makes it a little easy back there. He's so quick and that.
Yeah.
How you been?
Pretty good, brother. Pretty good. Just got done with LMU. I was doing some video work, video room breakdown, coaches feedback for John Mayer.
Are you gonna be going to the other championships?
No, I got 3 choices and all of them are very appealing. Alabama, which I'm not going to go to. We didn't get invited anyway. And, I mean, they were who we thought they were. 22 and 11 is not good enough for one of the 8 spots.
Yeah.
You got the NCAA indoor,
That's what I thought,
at Pauley Pavilion. UCLA is actually playing Harvard. Kelly, you know, who went to Harvard, is probably going to go to that game.
Yeah.
I want to see Ohio State beat the brakes off of Irvine. I think they're playing angry ball right now because they're 23-5. They're the 2-time defending champs, and they had to have a play-in game just to get to today. They're the only team that had to have a play-in game.
They're good.
Yeah,
really good.
they are. That French dude is like, his jump serve is lights out.
So I've been spending some time in Ohio, so it's been I get to watch a little bit of all there.
I'm joined by everybody.
I know. What's up?
You know Sean?
No, I don't. I'm Rachel. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, so I was just filming a little bit for Jeff.
Yeah.
We have practice at 4 o'clock today, so we're just trying to
Oh man.
get this
Get it
game
all
and
in,
go
huh?
on
I
north
know
of
you've
the
been
pier.
calling us out a lot lately.
I have.
Thank you for
I
that.
have. Listen,
Appreciate it.
This is our sports academy person
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
camera. I just want everybody to hear what I'm talking
what's
to.
up?
Tell me your name.
This is Rachel. Yeah.
From Sports Academy.
Sports Academy.
Let me tell you something. They are growing a bunch of teenage assassins out there. And
Like Casey Patterson. Just keep
Yep.
coming over in a sec.
okay, cool. Maybe if you want, maybe I could talk to him on camera a little bit about that. I could put it out there for a volleyball one-on-one today, because this whole weekend I'm working on behalf of Endor. He's the owner of Volleyball One-on-One. It's more about tutorials and like the process. Okay. Where my focus is just get the names out there, you know, like Star Power, like Rachel. Yeah, but it seems like Endless Summer, Wave, Sports Academy, Viper was in Hermosa Beach over the weekend. They look good. Yeah. All of these good, this age group, 16s to 17s, it looks like there's a boom period. What are your thoughts?
I feel like a lot of girls are just switching to just do beach only, and it's been really exciting to watch. And they're good at 16. Like, it's kind of crazy that they might have just started a year earlier and they have been playing indoor for however long, and they just switched over and they're like falling in love with it and not looking back. So it's pretty exciting to see.
We had at LMU, because I was with John Mayer doing video work with him. Coaches' feedback, stuff like that, whatever DO was supposed to do. But we had 8 kids out of our 15-person roster that were exclusively beach, and that is a testament to, remember when we grew up, you almost always played indoor first, or you switch back and forth, right? There
was no like opportunities for beach at all, unless you got out of college and then you're like, okay, now maybe I'll start it a little bit. Yep. So it's pretty awesome that it's becoming its own thing.
I like it. I think one Californian, you know, smartened up. He put down the joint and said, "Hey, wait a second. We don't need gym space. We got all these courts."
Yeah, exactly.
You know, we don't have to worry about bad weather. So.
Well,
so are you going? So what's next up for Academy? Like as far as big events and attendance, what's your next thing you guys are coming through to?
I mean, we're doing a lot of those
the showcases.
Yeah, the showcases.
Duran definitely gets the recruiters out.
Yeah, so
she's no joke.
We had I think we're having second half tryouts as well, so we'll see how many more girls we end up getting.
Yeah! Let's go!
But yeah, just trying to get out in the summer, and our facility is indoors, so they don't get a lot of this outdoor exposure all the time. So I think they're gonna try and get at least a practice or two a week outside.
Yeah, but the cool thing is you have the option.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. Like a lot of the USA guys and girls came and trained with us before they went overseas to The Hague, because there's an indoor facility there.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was pretty cool because they just trained, and it's very different with like you have a roof over your head and you're playing beach, and it's so weird, but pretty awesome because if it's like rainy or bad conditions, you don't have to miss a day of practice. You can just come in and train indoors instead, and it's pretty cool. That
is an awesome thing, and I think Chicago has, I think they have an indoor facility too. Yeah. New York, there's Chelsea Piers. I wanted to tell you and Casey about it there. We're feel the need to venture out there and like showcase and promote the sport of beach volleyball, because I'm a native New Yorker. We're very, very indoor heavy. You know, I played with 2 teams that won actually adult men's open nationals 3 times. So, so it's one of those things. You know, Balmesa and Poland, but yeah. So it's one of those things I'd love for some of these kids to start beach early. It's just more forgiving on your joints. You know, and
definitely.
Right? Yeah.
And it helps their indoor too. I mean, if they want to pursue both, you see such drastic change.
Cool, man. Nate Yang, what's up, baby? This is Rachel. That's Nate. He also coaches with us in the summer. That's where we're going after this. We're going straight to practice. North of the PM. Cool, man.
Spot Casey, hold on.
Yeah, go ahead. Go do your thing. I just wanted to chat with you and a little bit about Sports Academy.
I think he's here. Like, he was here.
The switch is 16-12 or 17-11?
It looks like 11-17.
All right, there it is. Cool. Do you have a chance to watch any of these guys play prior?
Yeah, I'm friends with Jeff and Ian, so I've not seen them together, but looks like they're doing a good job so far.
I also think they're very. I don't know Ian Satterfield, the extent of how good his back row defense is, but they look like they can hybrid out a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think last year he was a primary blocker, so I don't know if he's done any split, but.
And last year, Jeff and Michael Brunstein split.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
I think so. Mike was just working out this morning next to Casey. They were looking pretty good.
They're good
I
for
don't know who he
this.
was playing with.
They're also good for the sport of volleyball. I mean, they're dynamic, good personality. You know, so you get some fans. Fans come out and watch you. A whole bunch of people watch you. Then people want to sponsor you. If people want to sponsor you, then you're in. You know, there you go. You're in the house.
Yeah, for sure.
I did
So,
it.
Woo.
What's up, Rich?
What's up?
Stay off that net.
Huh, yeah.
Just say stay off that net.
Stay off
Like
the
he's gonna
net.
be like, nah, I'm feeling like feeling like Nemo today. We're good. I like the strategy. He serves in.
Oh, come on.
He serves a lollipop. Service strategy right now. Serve a lollipop in, keep them in system. The more in system, the tighter they set, and the tighter they set, I think the more it allows Ian to go after the ball. So I think they made a command decision to just float in.
The wind right now too.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're on the further side of the ocean. It's kind of extra windy. Oh.
Cool. Hey, sets for Ben. What's up, brother?
I know. I have
Cool,
my
man.
camera ready to go. So
Look at that. Just Ben, do that again. One leg, little balance thing.
So Casey and I this morning we were filming for this Friday's.
The draw, right?
No,
Thursday's the draw, right?
No, but I'm saying so Friday is Star Wars Day. So we filmed a fun video with a bunch of people, Star Wars related. So you gotta check it out. Syracuse is in it.
I gotta check it out.
It's gonna be a good one.
So, where do I find it?
We'll be posting on Sports Academy's Instagram and maybe a longer version on YouTube. So we'll see. It's gonna be fun. I already looked at some of the footage a little bit earlier. It's pretty good.
Speaking of movies, did you get a chance to see Avengers?
Not yet, and everyone's talking about
I
it.
saw it yesterday.
Oh, I'm so
It
jealous.
was
Everyone's like
something.
spoiling it, and I'm like, you know better. Stop trying to
Yeah.
spoil it for me.
Well, that's what my friends would do with The Walking Dead. That I would like stay off a social network because the
I
East,
work on
the East
social
Coast they would
media.
see it their 9 o'clock is different. So the East
Right.
Coast sees it first. And by the time I see it, it's midnight and everybody's already commenting. So I stay off social network. I watch a little basketball, maybe Homeland or something. Chill with you know, Kelly and Braxton. But yeah, and I'm like, don't tell me what happened. I will. 21-15. That's a good game.
Yeah, they did get it.
Balanced game. Cool. So I got you on camera. What do you think Samuels and Satterfield have to do to finish this and win the second set?
They just gotta keep everything low and in control on their side. Looks like he's reaching a little bit on the block too much. Like funnel it a little bit more. See where he wants to go.
Yeah, I agree. I'd actually see a little bit. I'd like to see a little bit of weight on that block a little bit. He's doing a little hang in the air and then
And
wait
then
for the
he's
finish
falling,
penetration. And then any intelligent hitter doesn't even see this big kid in the air. I'd like to see, even though he jumps really high, I'd like to see more of that
Showing faking a
that
little bit.
yeah, that now you see me, now you don't.
Yeah.
That Ghostface killer stuff.
Yeah.
And
Especially
he
with
can
this
do it
one,
too. He's
like,
dynamic, you know.
Because he should be cutting back towards the line if he, or like this side. So kind of force him to try and hit into this one
Cool.
or the other direction.
By that rationale, what do you think Rob and or deAurora and Irvin have to do to win? She's like, I'll tell you in a few plays.
I haven't really been watching that. I've been watching Ian.
I just put you on the spot.
But I don't know, maybe a little more physical. You gotta get up and swing a bit. It's hard with the wind, I know, but
that ball
might make a difference.
That's serve.
You
That's
can't
serve.
win with those shots. You're gonna hit like the wind's gonna blow that out every time.
Yep. That's a little too up and down too. I mean.
You gotta force it like back
And
into the
or.
wind.
Hey, Jason.
What's up, man? Look who's commenting behind this camera.
Good to see you, man.
Rachel, this is Andor. He's the
Hi, Rachel.
He's
How you
the
doing?
She's Sports Academy.
Okay.
Great kids. At the tournaments, they got some killers like we do at Endless Summer. This is the owner of Volleyball 101.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Casey to go over there.
Doing a ton of work on his behalf this weekend, hopefully for the better. Definitely, I'm doing color and play for you guys.
I wanted to show you
I got
something.
3 cameras, but I'm behind the camera for your game for Ben and Brandon. Yes, you got something for me.
Yeah, this is.
That's your manual, man.
Yeah.
Read that
So
back
obviously,
and
I didn't share it. But I think when you're doing the commentary, this might be interesting. So how we approach it. And these are sets. And then like our big thing is we're trying to do these are calls, regular calls, you know that.
Yep.
Then we've got scene, hang 10, that's like a line to scene, waiting line, double line, pulling cross court.
Right.
The big thing that we're trying to force is this. So if you know, like the Gordian knot, you know, Alexander the Great. If you look at, like, for example, Germany, everyone, when you look at World War II, France, like everyone was like, oh, the French are so weak, they got their butts destroyed in the war. They're useless. But the reality is the French spent 10 years digging trenches and getting ready for the war. Like they were going to destroy them if they came, but the Germans went around them. That's kind of what we do with how we attack. We don't attack straight, we want to run around riot. So that's all the stuff.
I like that. I'd like to I'm going to read the whole damn thing because I am always, as long as I've been coaching, I am always a student.
And this is like,
please,
this is crazy, but like
I'd like you to save me the first page you showed me, the setting zones. You were flipping on
so
setting
this
zones.
is just the beach section. So what you want to look at, this is we break it up into 5 areas of the net.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? And you ideally want to be taking the middle front or outside front.
And those apply to offense or block?
That's offense. Okay. And then if we're trying to put them on defense, it's the same thing. Okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do.
You'll like it.
I'll read it. Yeah.
Let me see if you guys need me to help them with it.
Yeah. I'm going to be reading it to Braxton for bedtime.
Good, how you doing?
She's playing next. Our little lazy's playing next. I got a third camera. I didn't know I got a third camera in case someone like you wanted to do something like that. So honestly, I'm just glad my season's over. I was helping John Mayer out at LMU.
Yeah.
And quantitatively, the volume of work was just so much. And now that it's done, I can just coach and do my, some of my own stuff. Maybe even play a little bit too. I'm feeling like physically I feel a little better. I'm 48. When you're 48, like everything indoor, everything you did indoor catches up with you a little bit, but I can still play. Volleyball keeps you young too. Like how old is Casey, right?
He just turned 36 or 37.
Still looks mad young.
Got sidetracked talking to the local and said he's Patterson for you. Yeah, let's go.
This is, I believe the score is 4-6. We're in the second set.
Nice swing, Blue.
Jeff Samuels, once again, keeping the serve and play, a little up and down. Cross court, of course.
Grab it. Oh, ow.
Beautiful swing, but that ball's wide.
Go.
Ian taking up an awful lot of block on the cross court.
Who are they going after right now?
They're going after Irvin.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure if they're just going Oceanside or if they've been citing him, but to my estimation, he's gotten close to 90% of the serves. Rob has been siding up really well.
Go.
Ian's a little early on the block a little bit. That's allowed them to get some uses and touches. They're catching him on the way down.
I'd like to see him make a more aggressive move than that. I always felt like he's such a big blocker, but he doesn't make like an aggressive move. His inside hand enough. He's very readable. I think if he had to do that, he'd be much more devastating. I love his form in terms of his technique and how he goes.
His inside move against the right side hitter is actually significantly better than the one we just saw against the left.
Oh, really?
And I think a little bit of that. I just want him to wait a little. That little now you see me, now you don't, because he's dynamic enough to get in the air and penetrate. It's not like he has to go through this lethargic process of the block.
The other thing for me around that is when you have that situation, is look at it. It's very readable. Like where he's going. Like he doesn't do a lot of trickery. So you have the hitters are basically in system a lot because they're not having Hicks law kicking. You know Hicks law? Yeah. So if they expect you to do one thing, you got to set to a reaction time. So if they expect
you're making reference to the option, right?
No. Like so, for example, there's this thing called Hicks law. So
explain to the camera what Hicks law is.
So
I mean, I know what it is. My people deserve to know. Go ahead.
So for example, so basically, if I expect you to do one thing, I have a reaction time. If I expect you to do two things, nothing has changed, but just by the mere fact of you doing two things, I'm 56% slower. If I expect you to do three things, I'm 100% slower.
Yep.
So for example, what often happens, and I think these two are not as strong, okay, but what often happens is they get into a rhythm where it's like, it's the same block over and over again. And if that happens, now the reaction time of the hitter is much faster to go in and make their shots because they expect the same thing every time.
Right.
So,
And that's more anticipatory as opposed to reactionary.
yeah.
Right. I got that.
They're really nice and consistent. That's beautiful. Cool.
Way too up and down. All right.
He's got to crush that ball, eh?
Yep. Well, leader.
Especially on a small block like Roberts. Seriously, that's,
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's a huge guy. Like, come on, man. Like,
No,
it's
cool.
a perfect set. You got to hammer that thing. That's a good call by Robert. Look, you went alternating, so you just did a 3-block and now he's doing 4. That was a big change in the approach. Did you see that?
Yes.
So the first time he came inside out, and there he came outside in, and now he came inside out, easy side out.
Do you think that's also one of those plays because it was behind his head that the player, the digger, backrow defender left home a little earlier on that one? That they just stayed home and just walked it out?
Yeah.
You know?
And Robert should be protecting that too.
Right. Going into the wind, that ball dug by Jeff Samuels, looking for the set. Quasi up and down, Jeff goes high and deep. Oh, the wind is making this a circus today, and that ball just out of bounds, and now the score is 10-9. Leading by 1 in this set, leading 1 set to 0 with Jeff Samuels and Ian Satterfield.
I just like Robert's energy. He's bringing lots of good energy. You know what I mean? I like the way he fires himself up and gets going.
I think it pales in comparison to the great human being he is off the court. I've had a chance to talk to him a couple of times. He's fun. He's funny. Yeah, that's Rob. Score is 10-10. We're 1 away from the technical timeout. This time they go Ian. Ian creates a string. Up and down set out of the middle. Cut away. Doug. Oh, man. Too bad. Yeah.
You got to do something with that. That is a great play. Nice play, Robert. Nice start. Played that perfectly.
Okay, we're in the technical timeout. And once again, they're seeing a 1-point lead and up 1 set to 0. It's Jeff Samuels. Ian Satterfield. The qualifier for the qualifier. By the way, for the people on camera, that was Andor July. Just dropped in and said hi. Mr. Vaught, Mr. Clemens. They're the game I'm going to be commenting on next one. Because I'm working with Andor, and Andor is actually coaching them. He's coaching them in one other team, so.
I know, it's pretty cool that this is an FIVB AVP, like seeing teams from all over the world. Plus then all the at-home American people that you see all the time. It's like really fun.
Exactly, it only makes it better. Hey Andrew, your thoughts about this being a co-promotion on FIVB AVP?
That's exciting. I'm just, why didn't it happen sooner? You know what I mean? Like, come on. And I'm just excited about the format. Like, finally we got a double elimination tournament, correct?
Yeah.
Wow! I just want to see, I just wish they'd done everything on like 3 days. So it's like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and they did it old school. You have to play like 6 games in a day.
That would have, man, that would have been a bloodbath. They'd have to be up earlier than Jehovah's Witnesses.
It would
first,
be awesome.
I mean, you'd have to be up so early though. Jehovah's Witnesses are, they're not even selling the Watchtower at that time. Come on.
But it'd be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We'll do 3 days. You know what I mean? We could get a lot of games in 3 days, double elimination.
Agreed. Oh, double elim?
Yeah. Double elimination, 3 days.
God.
That ball's hit cross court and
Got it in. That's great.
hanging in there.
You see the lack of the move there.
Yeah.
He's got to take that, especially going into the wind at this angle.
So based on what you've seen so far, being down 1 set to 0, Irvin and deAurora, what do they have to do to come back to possibly win this set and extend it to the 3rd set?
Robert's partner needs to side out, and he's not fired up. He's in a threat state.
Okay.
I think he's not in it mentally. Like, look at him. He's not accepting like a challenge. Like, look at Robert's actually making a play because he's in a challenge state.
What's up, brother?
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you've read that.
I see it. Challenger.
Yeah, with Ashley Merriman, she wrote about that with the Navy SEALs in terms of their mindset. So if you're in a challenge state, your body's releasing testosterone and cortisol. Whereas if you're in a threat state, you're like burning the wrong sugars. Like Robert's in a challenge state.
I actually
and he's going for it, and you got it because they're the weaker team. Like you got to go for those plays. You can't play it safe right now. So his partner needs to be like trying to make the extraordinary happen. Otherwise, they have no chance.
I had to do a study on character stances. My major was acting in college. I was in the BFA program in Marymount, Manhattan, and that was one of the characters you were talking about, Challenger Defender, which is actually comes from a good place. You're just standing up for the weak, but like you said, it's a crash. It like burns too much.
Well, the interesting thing is the Navy SEALs use that as a technique for dealing with pressure. So are they in a challenge state mentally? So I've got this, I've been training, I may mess up, but you know what, I'm going to give it my all versus a threat state. Oh man, I just want to get it in.
Right.
So like his partner right now, I'm looking at him, he's like just want to get it in state if you ask me. But maybe I'm wrong.
Hey, Andrew, do me a favor. Can you flip that camera for me? There's a camera in the other court behind there. The camera on the high tripod. Just, can you close it for me? Ian Satterfield, cross court. Pretty decent swing, and there's your switch. The score is 14-14. So so listen, did you go to Washington? Do you have family that plays in Washington?
Yeah, I live in Washington.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We played.
Every time I see you, I always want to say Yankees suck.
Yeah. Well, they suck and they're good.
No, they don't.
Yeah. I love the Yankees.
My name's Steve. I forgot.
I'm Jason.
Yes,
I've been a Yankee fan since like Guidry, Thurman, Munson, Jackson.
I know, and I was
combination all makes you glorious. Be dominant for at least 12 more years.
I think so.
I was there in '63 when Colfax and Drysdale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I remember.
I like it. So we both go back. No, the reason why I was asking about Washington volleyball is I was working with LMU in the spring. We played them 3 times. We played them in Hawaii twice at U of H, and Washington was a pretty good team. They were top 15.
Yeah, I didn't see who's making the tournament.
I saw the 8 spots. It's 4 west, 4 east.
Pepperdine, Hawaii, SC.
Those are 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know.
Florida State, South Carolina, Florida International, and LSU. Those are the 8 teams. And the sad thing is, Long Beach State. Hey, Case.
Yes.
What's up, brother?
How you doing?
Cool, man. Hey, I'm doing a little commentary behind the camera, and on my right, I had Andor July before, and now I got the great Casey Patterson. Nice. So, Case, as you know, I've worked with Endless Summer Beach Volleyball for the BFE showcases. You, I believe the creator and founder of Sports Academy, right?
Me?
No.
So I am just part of.
It's like, what?
I wish. No. A guy named Chad Faulkner.
Okay.
Teamed up with Bo Daniels, Tim Jensen, a bunch of other volley peeps, and just kind of put together the whole concept of that facility in South Oaks. And then they kind of just went from there. And Chad's kids played, his daughter played club, his son plays football, and he was just sick of going all over the world, getting therapy, hitting the weight room, and he's like, I just want my kids to go to one place, and I want to be able to work out too. So he built the Sports Academy. And so I just run the beach volleyball club there. So I was kind of like helping run in that. Yeah.
Nice. They actually look pretty good. With the last showcase I was working, I actually did color and play for the finals, but I had to coach my team all the way to the semis and then leave. I'm like, sorry guys, I gotta go.
I gotta bounce.
Calling it.
Yeah.
So Sports Academy, they got some pretty good assassins at the 15, 16.
Yes, yeah. We got some good kids out of all those local high schools, especially Westlake. Westlake High School has a real good team, and they've won their league the last 2 or 3 years. So we got some good little ballers.
So Rachel, your colleague here, says you have an indoor facility too that allows you to switch in and out, train them.
So that's what happens. We practice. It's all the same. Sports Academy has 2 beach volleyball courts within the facility. Wow. So you walk in and it's 96,000 square foot facility with 5 full-size volleyball, basketball courts, then 2 indoor beach courts.
Okay.
So our kids play that all the time. So That's why we do real well in the mornings, and then we struggle a little later on because we're not used to the wind.
We had, if you remember, we at Norseca, we had a conversation about the wind. You're like, a lot of guys call it, but I like going out there.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
We had a conversation about the ball. It was actually, that was
how the
fun.
Ball feels.
Yeah, kind of like, I'm going to show the camera. He said, do one of these.
Right, yeah. Now you can manipulate that ball. It's so much different. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And last but not least, Stafford Slip.
Yeah.
It's your partner, right?
Yes. Very
nice young team, very dynamic, a good blocker, you're a great defender. Talk to me about the process and preparation, the chemistry. Did you guys click right away? Was it one of those things that were tough sledding?
Yeah, it's actually been the most interesting partnership so far. Right off the bat, great chemistry, trained real well. Went to the Netherlands and had a rough match where we should have beat a French team and in the third set.
Okay.
And then we hit a little lull and we switched sides again and hit a little bit of a tough rut, but we've been training with the national team now that Tyler Hildebrand's back, my old coach.
Okay. And
then Rich Lamborn helps with that too. So we've actually been able to just kind of find ourselves individually again and made it real fun for us to play together. So a lot of times you go through those lulls like individually, you're like, man, I'm struggling, and then it affects your partner a little bit, and we both kind of went through those little moments, but it's kind of perfect because we got through it and now we're playing, so perfect for Huntington.
Frederick Douglass, without struggle there is no progress.
Yeah, right, totally. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to seeing you at the showcases. Of course, there's a big one in June 10th, I think, a Get Noticed one.
Right.
I'm sure Sports Academy, Viper.
Oh yeah, all our kids love playing in your events. Run real well.
Whatever. Yep. I'm gonna do a segment for my little YouTube thing at the same time that day called The Art of the Beach Coach.
Okay.
I do that once a year. Last year I had a chance to talk to Matt Olson.
Yeah, I do know
Todd
very well.
Let's go, guys.
Todd who? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly.
What? Did he play? Oh, he played? Okay.
Oh my God!
I never saw him on tour. Yeah.
Remember that viral video?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Where he, like, I think either somebody chucked the ball or they called him.
Yeah. Well, they said his shoulders were square on and over, and I don't know if he knew the camera was there, but he said, I don't know why they just checked it out. She sucks.
Oh my gosh. That was in Poland. I played on that court many times.
How you doing?
Yeah.
Such a funny clip.
As Latvia, I think. No, Poland? Yes, you tell me
it was in Poland.
Okay.
The event was the Grand Slam in Poland, right?
And it was
I think I don't know who they were playing though. I can't remember. But yeah, that was funny. Todd, you're adorable.
I know.
Yeah, so Todd was part of the interviews. John Mayer, who I actually worked with all winter and spring from LMU. Yeah. Was the director of operations. He's doing video room breakdown.
Yeah.
Coaches feedback, stuff like that.
140.
He's playing with Trevor. That's going to be fun, right?
Yeah, we've been training with them a bunch, so they're a good team.
But listen, I know you're roaming around. I know people are online to talk to you or whatever. I just wanted to get your thoughts about you and staff and how that's working out.
Yeah,
he's got another little baby on the way, right?
He does.
Yeah,
it's exciting. Yeah. It's fun having similar to with Jake. It's fun having somebody who's in like a similar world as you, right? Because you have so many things that you can talk about, and so many things that are the same. You know, the kids and family life, and so it keeps you on track as a father along with a player, you know, and so it's cool. It's good to have that positive influence around you.
It gives you more structure too. I have a kid, I have a child. I have my kid's 17 months old.
Oh wow.
Her name is Brack. She is
awesome.
a head turner. I know everybody thinks they're, every parent thinks
for sure.
beautiful, but this
but then every parent says, but mine.
No, but you got people in restaurants that are like, you know, and I'm like, what the hell? And Braxton's just like, little old me. I didn't do anything.
Right? All right. Just clueless and fun and living life. It's so funny.
All right, so we're at match point opportunity number 1 for Samuels and Satterfield. Rob, the serve. Cross court, pretty much a balloon. Up and down set out of the middle. Samuels, not yet. Irvin, dig. Looks like a down ball opportunity. Woo! Maybe in the air a little too long. Thoughts? Caught it on the way down, maybe?
So to play with that, off the set?
No, on the
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he's in the right spot. I think the wind just carried the ball past where he was initially going to hit the line shot, so it almost forced him into hitting that ball.
Match point opportunity number 2. Oh, use me.
Nice of you to be out here.
And I believe that is
21-29. That was for time.
Oh, wow, we had a scoreboard error, so that was actually 2020, and now it's 21-20, so this is match point opportunity number 2.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and
Well, I had to,
locals.
you know, I helped Rich.
Yeah.
Said a little bit of a drifter. Jeff was there, still catching it on the run. I'd like to see maybe make one move on that.
I want to see them in practice.
Yes, they're fun.
Jeff Samuels was like, I got to get this game over with. I have endless summer beach volleyball practice at 4 o'clock. I got places to go.
Yeah, that's right.
So, Case, thanks for chatting with me on camera a little bit. Yeah, and of course, looking forward to seeing you, you and me with the kids.
Thank you.
Hot. Come on, you pass it.
Oh, you are. Jeff with the fake, and there's an up and down set. And, wow, patiently, Ian Satterfield
Where are they?
allows the block to drift a tiny bit, and a tiny bit is all you need at this level. And now we're at match point opportunity number 3. What's up, man?
Staying here the whole week.
I am. I'm working on behalf of Volleyball One-on-One for Andor, so yeah. I mean, you were gonna catch up. Yep. Yeah, man. There's a beautiful block, and that one sails over, and we got a net violation. And high drama here on court number 12, if you will. Or court number 13. Rachel, you dynamite. I'm so glad you're here.
Got you.
I'm actually trying to move to the other court as fast as I can. I'm got Brendan Clemens and Brendan Clemens and Mr. Vaught, Ben Vaught, about to start their match, and now we have 23-22.
Keep losing points when I do it, so I would stop. I'm just gonna do it.
Are you saying you just jinxed him?
Yeah, sorry, Will.
There's a float serve. They go to Ian. Up and down set. That's actually a little bit better. And Ian, when he needed to be clutch the most, comes through. And there's a side out. It is 23-23.
No freeze, right?
No. This is FIVB. Was there a freeze?
No, there hasn't been yet.
I'm so excited. I went to a basketball tournament. I was coaching.
I don't think. Oval, that was first.
There's a little bit of a J hook on the pass, if you will, and risque set. I actually like this set. At least it gives him a chance to play.
The serve was risky. You served that side of the court.
Yeah, agreed.
And it could have fallen out.
Agreed.
It was really close.
Will they do it again? Will they go after Rob again?
I would have middle.
Match point opportunity number 4. Up and down set, and that one is just going to sail out of bounds and sailing away.
It was out. That was so out.
It's sailing away our Irvin's and deAurora's hopes on that, and I believe that makes it 25-23. Down ref and the top ref are look like they're going to have a conversation, but I think the conversation is more about the game being over. Winners 2-0, 21-15, 25-23. For all of you at home, at least for now, Jason DeBillius, so long.